Today we are taking on the professional bakeries by exposing the simple methods they use for superior flavor and texture. This recipe proves that you can make buns at home that are spicier, softer, and more delicious than any you can buy. I have a feeling that you are tired of dropping cash on store-bought hot cross buns that just don't deliver. Bakeries rely on a few simple principles for amazing flavor and texture, and today I am not just going to show you how they do it, I am going to show you how to do it better. I'll walk you through every step, explaining the why behind the what, so you can bake with total confidence in your home kitchen and produce a high quality product. Get ready to bake something special. These are the list of ingredients that we will be using. First up, flour. We're using 4 1/4 cups of bread flour. Why bread flour? Because it has a higher protein content, the gluten forms better, and you get a soft, chewy bun. But all-purpose flour can also work. Bread flour just gives you the best texture. For a touch of sweetness, and to get our yeast started, we need 1/2 cup of white or brown sugar. We can even mix them both. And 1/2 teaspoon of salt, which balances all the flavors. The warm spices are what makes a pass or a fail flavor in hot cross buns, and it is what allows you to get a better product than store-bought or even bakery. Get a good blend and you have nailed it. You can add your own combo. Use your nose to smell the combinations before adding them. Make sure you like it. This mix consists of baking mixed spice, Caribbean bay leaf powder. I simply added this to my spice grinder, but if you have the Caribbean bay leaf, simply boil it and draw it to make an extract. And of course, ground cinnamon. The mixed spice already has nutmeg, so I won't add any more. For our wet ingredients, you'll need 1 1/4 cup of lukewarm milk, 1 egg, which is optional, you can totally omit the egg, 1/2 cup of melted unsalted butter, and 2 tablespoons of grated or blended ginger. We will also be using 1 tablespoon of dark vanilla. Add your favorite type of fruits, the ones you prefer. I will be using 3/4 cup of chopped cherries and glaze fruits mixed, and 3/4 cup of Thompson's raisins. Now that we have all our flavors and spices right, we will now start by mixing the dough. The first step in mixing the dough is to feed the yeast a little of the sugar in the lukewarm milk. By adding all the sugar at once, you will kill the yeast and you won't get a good rise, if any. 1 to 2 teaspoons is enough for a good start. The milk should be warm to the touch. If it is too hot, the yeast will also die. Give it a gentle stir and let the yeast feed on the sugar for 5 minutes. When ready, they will start to float just like this. Combine the dry ingredients, which includes the flour, the rest of the sugar, our warm spices, and salt. Give it a mix to equally distribute the spices. Add in the optional beaten egg, melted butter, vanilla, and fruits of your choice into the wet mixture. Add the wet mixture into the dry mixture and knead to combine. You can mix with your hand, a spoon, or even a stand mixer as your kneading method. Either way, you must mix and knead this for a minimum of 8 minutes, which allows for the gluten to properly develop. Form a ball, cover it with plastic wrap, and let it rest in a warm area for 50 minutes. After 50 minutes, it should have doubled in size. Deflate the dough and place it on a lightly dusted surface. Divide it into 12 pieces, eyeballing or with a food scale for equal sizes. This makes them look uniform. Knead them into a ball, ensuring that the seam is on the bottom. Place your shaped buns on a baking tray lined with parchment paper, leaving space between them for a second rise. They will touch each other and bake in height. Be sure to cover them. The second rise will be 40 minutes. Preheat the oven to 400 degrees Fahrenheit when they are 15 minutes into the second rise. We are making a flour and water paste to make the crust, which is the traditional way. You can check out the icing versions in my hot cross buns playlist. In a small bowl, mix 2 tablespoons of flour and 2 to 3 tablespoons of water. Mix it smoothly without any lumps. You want a thick but pipeable paste. Spoon this into a piping bag, or using a Ziploc bag, or even a bag that has a sharp corner. Using a scissors, cut off the tiny edge of the corner. Once the buns are all risen, pipe the crosses. Pipe across each row first one way, then the other. Bake for 22 to 25 minutes. Oven brands may vary, so this can take less or more in your oven. Bake until a deep brown. To a small saucepan, add 1/4 cup of water, 1/4 teaspoon of vanilla for flavor, 1/4 cup of brown or white sugar. Over medium heat, let the sugar dissolve for 3 minutes. Remove from the heat and allow it to cool. As soon as the buns are out, brush this glaze all over them for a shiny, sticky, sweet finish, the ones that you see in bakeries. Thank you for watching today's episode. Make sure you subscribe, share the video, help me to grow my YouTube channel by telling a friend to tell a friend to tell another friend, and see you in another one of my recipes.